We are wired for connection. From the moment we are born, we seek closeness and security from our caregivers. This innate drive to form bonds is what we call attachment. Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel S.F. Heller, in their book Attached, explain that our early attachment experiences shape our beliefs about ourselves and our relationships throughout life. These patterns of relating, known as attachment styles, influence how we give and receive love, handle conflict, and navigate the complexities of human connection. They color our perceptions of trust, intimacy, and emotional availability. Understanding our attachment style is crucial for fostering healthy, fulfilling relationships. Think of attachment styles as a spectrum. On one end, we have secure attachment, characterized by a sense of safety and trust in relationships. On the other end, we find insecure attachment styles, which can manifest as anxious, avoidant, or disorganized patterns. Each style reflects different ways of coping with the fundamental human need for connection. In this exploration, we will delve into the intricacies of dismissive attachment, shedding light on its origins, characteristics, and impact on relationships. Dismissive attachment is characterized by a strong desire for independence and self-reliance. Individuals with this attachment style often prioritize autonomy over intimacy, appearing emotionally distant or detached in relationships. They may downplay the importance of close connections, prizing self-sufficiency as a means of protection. This emotional guardedness stems from a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. Having learned to rely on themselves from an early age, they may struggle to trust others with their emotional needs. As a result, they tend to erect walls of self-protection, keeping their feelings closely guarded. This doesn't mean they are incapable of love or affection. Rather, they express these emotions differently. They may prioritize acts of service over verbal expressions of love, finding comfort in practical gestures rather than emotional displays. To understand dismissive attachment, we must look back to the early years of life. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, posits that our early experiences with caregivers lay the foundation for our attachment patterns. Dismissive attachment often originates in childhood environments where emotional needs were consistently unmet or dismissed. Parents or caregivers may have been emotionally unavailable, unresponsive to their child's bids for attention or comfort. In their seminal work, Attachment in Adulthood, Mario Mikulinsa and Philip Shaver explain that children in these situations learn to suppress their needs for closeness and affection as a way of coping with the emotional distance of their caregivers. They adapt to their environment by becoming self-reliant and emotionally self-sufficient. Over time, this pattern of suppressing emotions and prioritizing independence becomes ingrained, shaping their approach to relationships throughout life. In adult relationships, dismissive attachment patterns often manifest as a dance of distance and pursuit. Partners of individuals with dismissive attachment may feel perpetually kept at arm's length, sensing an emotional chasm that seems impossible to bridge. Dr. Stan Tatkin, in his book Wired for Love, describes how this dynamic can lead to a frustrating cycle. As one partner seeks closeness and intimacy, the other retreats further into their shell of independence, creating a perpetual push and pull dynamic. This pattern can leave both partners feeling unheard, unseen, and emotionally disconnected. The pursuer may feel perpetually rejected, while the distancer may feel suffocated by their partner's need for closeness. Section 5. The impact on emotional intimacy, the struggle for connection. Dismissive attachment can significantly impact emotional intimacy in relationships. The very defenses that once served as protection in childhood become barriers to connection in adulthood. The fear of vulnerability, the suppression of emotions, and the prioritization of independence all work together to create a fortress around the heart. This emotional guardedness can make it challenging for individuals with dismissive attachment to truly open up to their partners, to share their deepest fears and desires. They may struggle to express their emotions openly and directly, resorting instead to subtle cues or indirect communication. This lack of emotional transparency can be frustrating and confusing for their partners, who are left to decipher their loved one's true feelings. It can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and a feeling of being emotionally disconnected. Section 6. Recognizing dismissive tendencies, signs and reflections. Recognizing dismissive attachment tendencies is an important first step towards creating healthier, more fulfilling relationships. If you resonate with the characteristics described thus far, it's essential to approach self-reflection with compassion and curiosity. Some common signs of dismissive attachment include prioritizing independence and self-reliance, downplaying the importance of close relationships, feeling uncomfortable with emotional vulnerability, struggling to express emotions openly and directly, tendencies to withdraw or shut down during conflict, and difficulty empathizing with or meeting a partner's emotional needs. Remember, recognizing these tendencies is not about self-criticism, but rather about self-awareness. It's about understanding the patterns that may be holding you back from experiencing the depth of connection you desire. Section 7. Healing and growth, cultivating secure connections. The good news is that attachment patterns are not set in stone. With awareness, effort, and the right support, it's possible to heal from the wounds of the past and cultivate more secure connections. This journey begins with self-compassion. Understanding the origins of your dismissive attachment, recognizing that it was a necessary adaptation to your early environment, can help you approach your healing with greater kindness and understanding. Therapy can be an invaluable tool in this process, providing a safe and supportive space to explore your attachment patterns, challenge unhelpful beliefs, and develop healthier coping mechanisms. A skilled therapist can help you understand the root of your fears and develop strategies for managing them more effectively. Section 8. Practical strategies for change. Building emotional literacy. Beyond therapy, there are practical steps you can take to challenge dismissive attachment patterns and foster greater emotional intimacy in your relationships. 1. Cultivate emotional awareness. Pay attention to your emotions and how they manifest in your body. Notice when you feel the urge to withdraw or shut down. 2. Practice vulnerability in safe spaces. Start by sharing your feelings with trusted friends or family members. Gradually challenge yourself to be more open and vulnerable with your partner. 3. Develop your emotional vocabulary. Expand your capacity to identify and express your emotions. Use I statements to communicate your needs and feelings assertively. 4. Challenge negative beliefs about intimacy. Explore the underlying beliefs that fuel your fear of vulnerability. Challenge thoughts like "I don't need anyone" or "being close is dangerous." 5. Seek out securely attached individuals. Surround yourself with people who model healthy communication and emotional intimacy. Observe how they navigate conflict and express their feelings. Section 9. Embracing vulnerability. The path to deeper intimacy. Embracing vulnerability is perhaps the most challenging yet rewarding aspect of healing from dismissive attachment. It requires courage to step outside your comfort zone, to let down your guard and allow yourself to be truly seen by another. Dr. Brené Brown, in her groundbreaking work on vulnerability, reminds us that vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage. It is in the moments of shared vulnerability that true intimacy blossoms. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with our partners, we create a space for deeper connection, empathy, and understanding. We invite them into the sacred space of our hearts, fostering a love that is both resilient and profound. Section 10. The journey towards secure attachment, a lifelong exploration. The journey towards secure attachment is an ongoing process of self-discovery, growth, and healing. It's about challenging deeply ingrained patterns, confronting fears, and embracing vulnerability as a pathway to deeper connection. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many resources are available to support you, including books, articles, workshops, and therapy. Dr. Diane Poole Heller's book, The Attachment Theory Workbook, provides practical exercises and tools for understanding and transforming your attachment style. By committing to your own emotional growth and seeking out support when needed, you can cultivate more fulfilling and meaningful relationships. Embrace the journey and remember that the path to secure attachment is paved with courage, compassion, and a willingness to embrace the fullness of human connection.